Let me bring in the file for the device management and work out that example of how to calculate the actual storage capacity. Does everybody know how to calculate the storage capacity? Right. Okay. This is the disk capacity, how to calculate it. If you're told, for example, the track, for example, a track can have, let's say, 1,000 bytes, just for argument's sake, 1,000 bytes. You can store total capacity that can be stored on one track, 1,000 bytes. Then what's the total capacity of the hard disk? You need to know how many tracks there are on each surface. Let's say there are 100 tracks, just keep it simple. And each track has 1,000, that means on every surface we can store 100,000 bytes. That's on one surface. Then you need to see how many surfaces there are and multiply that in the number of surfaces. In this particular example, there are 3 disks, which means they have 6 surfaces. That means 6 surfaces multiplied into whatever 100,000, and that's 600,000. So that's the total capacity this disk can store. But remember, we need to format this disk. And to format it, you need to break it into sectors. So how many sectors you put in this track? There it is. So this is the track. I'm just going to open it into a straight line. Imagine, so this is one track on the hard disk. And this can be divided, for example, this one is 200,000 bytes. We can put 200,000 bytes on one track. So now, when we format it, that means we're going to split this track into smaller sectors. We can split it into equal size, small, let's say 200, we can say, okay, every sector is 50,000, 50,000, that's at 200,000. We did not lose any storage capacity. You can still say, I'm going to divide this into 8, maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 blocks or 10 sectors. We still lose nothing. So if you divide 200,000 divided by 10, that means each one of them will hold 20,000. If you multiply 20,000 into 10, we lost nothing. We can store 200,000 on that sector. But imagine if I said, split this into 6 sectors. 6. If we format it and we say, split this into 6 sectors. That means every track we're going to divide into 6 portions. You can never have 6 equal parts of 200,000. So the nearest we're going to have is how many? 6 times 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sectors, and each one of them is going to be 30,000. So 30, 60, 90, 180,000. But we're left with 20,000 that we cannot use. Remember, the operating system, the whole thing is built around the sector, the block. It has to be, we can only read a block or write a block or allocate a block. So if we split this into number of sections that don't utilize the full track, that means for every track, there is a bit of wasted space. In this example, how much is wasted space here? Anybody can work out this part on the left here, the orange part, that cannot be used. Anybody knows how much is that space? Okay, we split this into 30,000. That's 30,000, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. So the whole thing is 200,000. We're only using 180 out of it. That means in this track, we are losing 20,000 bytes. Okay, that's one track. How many tracks do we have? Every track we are losing 20,000. Okay, so you need to be careful with this one. So this is how you calculate the wasted space on a hard disk. Right? Is that clear enough? So you have an example. You're given, you have so many sectors, the size of each sector, and you say, what's the wasted space on the entire disk? Well, work it for one track. And then if you say, if here in this example, we have 20,000 bytes lost in every track. Well, how many tracks do we have? If we have 1,000 tracks, multiply by 20. So we have on each surface, we have 20,000 bytes wasted. And then how many surfaces there are, and that will give you the total wasted space. Okay, I hope that clarifies that. Anybody has any question on that? Okay, guys, good luck to you.